So the north-south Kimura almost always starts from side control. And the first thing I have to determine is if I want to be tight or loose. If he's already got his elbows tucked in, then I already know that we're starting with a tight control, where I'm being tight and removing space and keeping pressure. And I'm going to work my way to getting this underhook. The loose control is like, maybe I just passed. He's already given me this tricep, and I just step over and I'm already there. But if I have to work for it, we're in this tight control, and I start working for this underhook, however it is that I can get it. So one of the things is that if I already have this underhook here, I want to make it to where he can just go ahead and pull your arm out. Yeah, and you can just weave it this way as well. You can go inside, you can go out this way, yeah. So then I kind of lost the underhook. So whenever I have this underhook, I can keep my head down, reach my arm over, and then I capture the tricep. And as soon as I get to this position, and I want to capture this tricep, I have to start being loose where I have space so that I can rotate him over and then start my transition. But at the start, all I'm doing, my first goal is to get the underhook. So I'm tight or loose, all right, I'm tight, and I'm working this up, just seeing how I can weave my arm in here and see if I can get my head through. Now I got the underhook. And once I have the tricep, the first thing I do is sort of just smash his face this way, so it's very hard for him to start defending and turning over. So once I have this right here, it's very easy for me to turn him, step over, and immediately I block the hip. Like you think that he could pull his arm out, but go ahead. I already have my arm in here, where I can easily switch my grips. So when I'm here, I always punch this through this way at the bottom. So it's very easy for me then to get the monkey grip on the Kimura. So it's like I'm here, I have pressure, and I'm just looking to get this underhook, however it is that he gives it to me. Bam, I have the Kimura grip, I made the underhook, I go for the tricep, face down, and immediately stepping over. I always step over, because if I don't step over and I just start the Kimura over here and my leg is not over, it's super easy for him just to defend this and turn into me. And that's how most people lose the Kimura, is they don't have the leg over. They do something like this, try to get the Kimura grip first without the leg over, and you're never going to get the Kimura this way. You're never going to get this. It's super hard because it'll turn into me and I'm not going to get it. So I always make sure that I step over first before I even get the Kimura grip to begin with. And then my leg is also in a good position where it's going to be hard for him to start defending. Hand in the hip, switch my grips, then I get my Kimura grip. And then I also always use the monkey grip for the Kimura. Some people say to do this, but this is only if I'm attacking the wrist. So if he grabs his own gi, yeah, so now he's got something right here, I can use that to sort of push this off, but even then, I'm always using the monkey grip. Because I'm trying to attack the arm lock, I'm not trying to attack the wrist lock. If I'm trying to attack the wrist lock, then I'll use this grip. Because this is going to allow me to move, this is not. So here I can start rotating his wrist. I don't really need to rotate his wrist. I just simply pull away, up and over. So we're back here. We got pressure. I'm waiting. Try to get an underhook. However it is I can get this underhook. Now I'll oftentimes come over here, so now he can't get his arm out. As I'm here, my head's not down. You can go ahead and get your arm out. Get your arm out, get your arm out, get your arm out. Other way, other way. Yeah. So then I'm going to fight to get this back in. Gotta start fighting, however it is. I walk this up, I can push this down, get my head through. Whatever it is, I need to get the hook. Step over, here, switch my grips. If his hand is on the leg here, I can either push in and pull out, or better, keep my head out, up, and over. But, yeah.
What's the purpose of grabbing his waist right here?
So the hip here.
I feel like everything else is instinctive, but I don't think I would have necessarily done that.
So I'm doing this because it would make it hard for me. If I don't do that, if I
Can
just
you
do
roll
this right
roll
here, well, he could get his arm out. Like it's gonna be hard for me to get this through also. But this, once I'm here, I basically collected it. I can also put my head down here. So by the time, this is like just creating a connection point.
And it doesn't take up the space at the same time.
Yeah, so I'm creating this connection point. So as soon as I do this, I'm ready. I'm punching this through. So I'm kind of doing this all at once.
Yeah.
But this here, so if he starts to pull his arm out, I've got this here, it's gonna be really hard. And even here, I've got this too. But yeah, once I'm here, like go ahead and pull your arm out. I've caught it. Like it's just there, I've caught it. This arm's coming through, I've got it. I'm also doing this. If I have to, before I come here, I'll leave you do this. So if he starts to turn whatever way, I got this too.
Yeah.
I can even start doing this one-handed. That's pretty much it there. If he pulls back, just push with it, take it down, push down. Really, the most annoying defense is whenever he grabs his collar. Because really, the best defense is for my leg. I'll put my leg in a position where he can't do this. But really, the best defense is for him to, yeah, he's got his collar, and what he's going to do is he's going to grab the top of my hand here. So that's what he's going to grab over top. Yeah. So now he can start turning back to his back, go out. It's very hard for me to hold that. If he puts his hand at the top of this right here. So it's like here, and a lot, this is like that one black belt. He grabbed his collar right away, but he could not get his hand over this. So he couldn't escape. He could defend, but he couldn't escape. So we're just holding on this, I can pull now. I can always lift him up, and he's not going to hold this for very long. But if you can see my legs in the way, but if you can somehow get this arm in here, just grab the hand, grab it over the top, grab it almost like trying to grab my wrist. Yeah, try to grab my wrist. Yeah, get high, get high, get high. There you go, there you go. No, just turn it, yeah. Yeah, that's good. But that's if I'm not already in motion there. So go back. Hold on, I'm gonna, it's like here, but again, you've got to do this. Like if you just do this right here, you just sort of do whatever, you're not going to get this Kimura. You're going to lose it. I've got to keep this connection because people are going to be moving, spazzing out. Here and here. And now if my leg, let's say he gets his hand over this, but my leg is here. So now, if I can't get this submission, I triangle my legs this way, scoot a little bit, keep this tight, pull him into me with my legs, and then I stretch him away, leg extension. And then if my leg is on the other side, where, so if my leg is on the side where I can get my foot here, I can lean towards, I put my head towards this way so I don't create too much. If I just do this, there's too much space. So I have to make sure that I don't leave hardly any space. So if I want to go for an arm bar, I put it in here. And immediately, this is like how tight this is, so it's hard for me to use that arm. Then I lean forward. Because as I want to come this way, bam, I got my foot on the inside. Now whenever I come down, this is nice and tight, pinch the knees. I'll even let him grab, put this together. Because now I can just easily weave this in here. So no matter how hard he wants, as long as I've got this, the only thing he can do now is try to get his elbow out. But pulling my legs, I've got this arm. So as long as I keep everything tight, now if I don't keep everything tight, he just gets his elbow out. Just keep it open. So I have to keep everything tight there. But this, once I get this right here, I'm very happy. No matter how he defends, for some reason I feel like I can't do this. I'm just like doing arm bars. Bam. I'm always leaning forward. And I can slice or wrist lock, whatever I want. But I want to lean into him because I know he's going to put his hands together. And then, bam. Once I get this, I'm very happy. Because now there's not really anything we can do. Any questions on that? Yeah, so again, like
No,
here.
You've got him, you're sitting on his head. Are you being nice and not putting pressure on his head? Or you just
So-
feel like you're in control enough you don't have to put weight?
So the thing with the Kimura is that I'm using what I call a loose control the entire time. He can always move a little bit. Once I can capture the tricep, so just having the underhook itself is not enough. I'm going to be tight until I get the tricep. Here I got an underhook, but I don't have the tricep yet. And I'm not in a position to sort of move. So what I need is this tricep. It's not the underhook itself, I need the tricep. So a lot of times whenever I pass, I might be over here, I might even sweat, but come down here, bam, I dive for this underhook, I'm past. Then it's like, now we're already in loose control. We're never going to even go into a tight control. It's entirely loose, bam, bam. I've got what I want. And even here, he can try to escape. All he wants, he's not going to be able to escape. Go ahead, try to escape. Come on. Come on, go ahead, escape. Even like, especially once I get back over. But like, this right here is key too. There's a lot of times where I may even let this go. Bam. I'm connected in every single way. But once I'm here, there's so many times where I've had this in a tournament and someone's not tapping yet, and I know they're going to have to tap. I don't want to rip their arm off. Like you could try to go ahead and escape. Yeah. So once I get to that position, I've never really had anyone escape. But we're back here. But the hard part here is just making sure that we capture this tricep. I'm capturing this tricep to rotate him. I need this rotation so that I can get his head this way, so I can step over, because I have to step over. Again, if I'm not able to step over, I'm not doing a Kimura, period. I'm not doing it. So I'm here, I've got to step over, transition, have it. And then it's just a matter, if he's holding on really tight, whatever he connects his hand to, I'm going to go into it. If he goes into that, I want to actually push his hand into it. I want to push his hand into it, and then away, up, over. And then right here, I'm going to be very, very slow because I know it's over. There's nothing he can do. Nice and easy. But go ahead, connect your hand to whatever you want. Connect it there. I want to push into it. Over. And for some reason, like I don't want to spend much time doing this. I'm going to wear my own arms out. If I have to, I simply will connect it to my chest. A lot of people do this first, but this actually kind of messes up your balance, so I don't do this. But as a last resort, you can actually pull this to your chest, then up and over. But this is only like if he's holding on for dear life, you can't break it, you can't break it. Now I'll create the extra connection point. This extra connection point here may help me, it's going to put more wear and tear in his arm. It's going to make it hard for him to hold this down. I'm just lifting this up, so it's very hard for him to hold it. But I don't need to do that, it's too complicated. All I need to do is put pressure into where he's already holding. It's like a reverse effect. Whatever he's trying to hold on to, I just put weight into it and pull it away. Just pull it away. And if he holds on to something like that, I just keep pushing over. That's going to really make him, he's going to angle off himself. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then if I want, I can always push this through, grab it on bicep, tricep, rotate over into this sort of catch Kimura position, hand to hip, lift this elbow up for the submission, or really, I just walk all the way over. Like that. So many options that I have. If I want to be fancy, I get all the way here. And maybe I can't get my leg over. So there is an option if I can't get my leg over. If I, for whatever reason, I can't get this leg over, let's say your hand stays over in the side level, let's start with, it stays over here. Yeah, so we're here, but I can't get my leg over. It's not letting me get my leg over. I keep this tight. So say I have this nice and tight here. I take my outside leg here, step it over here, almost like I'm doing an arm bar. But now I'm very nice with this. As I step back here, cross my feet, control, extend for run up low. So there's an option from everywhere. But really, at the end of the day, all I'm doing, I'll go back to back. Really, all I want to do is just attack this far side arm. And the underhook, the Kimura is a great option. We could do normal arm bars also. I can just step over for arm bar. I just prefer the Kimura. But so that's like, you know, we have to have an option for everything. With the underhook, we have Kimura. Like say he's under me, and start going into the scarf hold here. He starts doing a weak frame. He's got this weak frame here. If anytime he has a weak frame, like this is a weak frame, it's so easy for me to just push, get my hand over where this bicep is. Now, if we're going to be, and I just do this right here, I have right access to his neck, or, especially no gi, I'll make a fist, push this down, and we can go back into the scarf hold position, or if he gets a strong frame where he's pushed really hard, and we start going to the arm triangle, he gets tight elbows, get like your elbows really tight, I sort of take this crook in my bicep, now try to see, here I might push on a little bit, and just try to get it right in there. It's very easy to start walking it up. Then I can start to, like here, I can go back in the arm triangle. Or, as I walk this up, guess what? Now I can start weaving this in. If I want this overhook, I have it. Or if I want the, bam, I got the underhook. So I can transition to whatever it is that my goal is, whether it be the underhook, whether it be like I'm trying to like push the frame, or I'm trying to attack the lapels, the gi, or if I want to transition here, it doesn't matter. I can get his arm wherever I want it, but if for some reason I can't, I'm going to take what he gives me. It doesn't matter. I don't care what he does with his arm. I do not care all what he does with this arm. I'm going to wear down this arm, and this arm is mine. I don't care what he does. If you just keep everything tight too, I just go to mount. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Like we can even start using lapels, start trapping the arm, whatever we want. Really, my end goal is I'm attacking his arm because I know this is his weakest point of defense. He cannot defend. There's nothing he can do to stop me from attacking all those things. He can defend one or two, he can't defend at all. Wherever he puts it, fine, I'm going with it. And Kimura is just the option from the other hook to that line. But we can still, it doesn't have to be Kimura. We can just step over. We can go straight into an arm bar if we want. But, yeah.
If I could do a quarter of those, that would be awesome.
Really, all you need is just the Kimura. Like, even if you prefer arm bars, people think they're not strong enough to do Kimura. Everyone's strong enough to do Kimura. And the arm bar is even better when you do this. Again, all we need is this grip here, stepping over. Yeah, this is all we submission. I've got literally 30 of these.